Yeah. New Tigolo, new Tigolo, new Tigolo, new Tigolo. 4:30. 7:30. 2:15. Hey yo, don't need a new style. Being dope is always in fashion. Peace to the West Coast, montage fashion. Everything's in-house, don't need a mansion. Doper than the last one. 4:30. Like me, Al mix. I spit that foul, yeah, and one. Everybody swing and holler at me if you land one. Don't need perfection, just pass on and don't need to be signed. I ain't got a cast on. Lot of opportunity, easy bread I passed on. It just felt troubling. Now class is in session and we got them testers bubbling like Scantron, fresh out the kitchen. Signed with a stamp on. I'm on some greatness, y'all on some lateness with no foundation, so it could never last long. I displayed patience. I done played Jason. It's Saturday the 14th. You got a mask on. Come on. Pushing me to the brink. A stagger in my footsteps and I don't even drink. It's so much on my mind, dog, and I can't even think.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, Locker Room Live. We are here.
We're back.
We're back.
Like we never left.
Like we never left or like we left something. Either one.
Either or.
Either or.
Okay.
Either or. I feel good today. How you feel today?
Man, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
I do have a job.
That's good.
And we got something to do. So
you really don't have a job, though. You like Tommy.
Tommy, you ain't got no job.
This is our job, right?
This is the job, right?
Locker Room Live, man. We are happy to have you. We welcome you as always. You're a part of our family. We want you to check out all of our information on our website, lockerroomlivetv.com, lockerroomlivetv.com.
Follow me on Twitter. I am John Reid, REID.
At Smitty Clutch.
And we always have the latest news, rumors, updates,
videos.
Analysis, videos, everything sports style, culture, relevant.
And we keep it live, man. This is not, Sports Center and,
No, we keep it real. They be faking sometimes.
They do fake, but let's not attack the big dogs until we become the big dogs.
See, you trying to run around scared and whatnot. I'm like, let's go. We going for the throat.
I ain't never scared. Anyway, man, we have a lot to talk about, man. It's been a little bit crazy.
I was looking at the run of show. We have a lot to talk about today.
And it's usually a dead time right now. The finals are done, NBA's done.
You know what I realized? Mm-hmm. Trade season and free agency is just as exciting as a season sometimes.
I thought it was just me. I thought I was just a sports fanatic, but I find this time exciting.
Yeah. Strategy. There's still a lot of strategy being thrown out there, and smoke and mirrors, and fakes. And
I just wish I can go to different cities like the players, like
right,
like when Dwight Howard goes to Houston, like, hey, I'm coming too.
Right,
I'm a free agent. Anyway, man,
on that level.
I don't need you to tell me about that right now. Free agency. Look, let's just jump it off. Let's talk about
NBA first quarter free
agency.
agency. A lot of big moves, right?
Yeah.
We're in LA.
Mm-hmm.
Big news recently. Clips.
Yeah, the Clippers.
Most of the time we talk about free agency, we're talking about players, but Doc Rivers going to the Clippers. Going
coach.
From East Coast to West Coast, like Tupac.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to be a good coach when a team wants you and they actually, make a trade for you.
Usually a trade of coaches doesn't happen.
Exactly. But it happened in this case. And it's for Doc Rivers, who's one of my favorite coaches. I consider him top 5. I think he's one of the best coaches out of calling sets, out of timeouts.
Yeah. He's definitely not a Mike Brown.
Right. He calls plays.
I don't even I mean, the Heat won a championship, but I would say he's definitely not an Eric Spoelstra either.
Right.
He's an X's and O's guy. He's a character guy. He's a player's coach. I mean, he's the perfect coach.
Right. I agree. And so the Clippers are making moves, and I think that move right there was spearheaded by Chris Paul himself. The man calls the shots. Your franchise player, your star player usually calls the shots. They like to act like it's not the case.
No, I think everybody knows it's a players' league.
That, yeah. Donna Sterling threw CP under the bus, saying, "Hey, look, Vinny Del Negro." Or is it Negro?
I'm pretty sure in his family they say Negro.
Okay, I'm calling him Vinny Del Negro. Vinny Dale was fired because Chris Paul didn't want him there. Let's just keep it real.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
Yeah.
So we get Doc, which is an upgrade.
Here's my question, though. Mm-hmm. Was Chris Paul right?
Yes.
No. In the sense of that having Doc Rivers is the missing piece that's going to put them and take them to the next level and make them a championship contender.
I know it makes them better. And that's all you can ask for. I don't know where it's going to take them, but I know Doc is a better coach than Vinny Del Negro.
Look, bro. No one remembers who was second in the 100-yard dash last Olympics. So second doesn't count.
But there just happens to be a guy named LeBron, so it's hard for me to say that they're gonna, like if LeBron is on the planet, then that's that. And
Right.
And they probably win.
Okay, but I'm saying, do you need to make, if you're really trying to go for the chip, do you need to make a couple more power moves than just Doc? You got DeAndre Jordan who can dunk, and that's about it.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, well, I think they made a big move. JJ Redick.
Okay.
He's come to the Clippers now, and he's a shooter. He's a shooter that they needed. They were starting Willie Green at the 2 last year. I mean, I'm just not going to say anything about Willie Green because I don't know the guy personally, but let's just say in basketball terms, he wasn't efficient.
You got Jamal Crawford, who's a shooter.
You got Jamal.
You have shooters.
Yeah, you got Jamal. He's never seen a shot he doesn't like. But he's coming off the bench though. He's coming off the bench. Now you got JJ who won't pound the ball into the ground like Jamal, and he'll just spot up and come off screens and knock it down.
Okay, so let's look at the starting five. Is JJ Redick start?
Oh, of course.
Immediately?
They signed him. Yeah, they gave him $6-7 million. And they didn't bring him in there to look at the ceiling and shake his pom poms.
Okay.
So yeah, JJ's coming in there. He's actually pretty good defensively. He's better than most think. He's not bad. So he's going to start at the 2, and he's going to get a lot of open shots because he plays with the best point guard in the NBA.
Right.
And I think they re-signed Matt Barnes, who I love.
You love Matt Barnes?
I do love Matt Barnes. I like goons in the NBA. I like the guys that just go out and foul hard and mix it up.
Shout out to Matt Barnes. He should come through to the studio.
He should.
Yeah, we got to get him on the phone or something.
He has no more room on his body for tattoos.
No.
That's irrelevant, but I'm just making a statement.
I like what Matt Barnes has become. I didn't like Matt Barnes earlier in his career.
Really, I loved him as a Warrior. I loved him.
Yeah, I wasn't really a fan.
Yeah, he was out of position though.
Maybe that's what it was.
Small ball. He had him playing power forward. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But let's not revisit that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna move on to the big goof.
Let's go to the other side of the tracks. Let's go to Lakerland.
Oh, you want to go to Lakers? I thought we were gonna go to.
That's what I thought you meant by the big goon.
No, I said the big goof.
The big goof. That's what I thought you meant.
No, I mean Dwight Howard.
He's the big goof.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he just left Lakerland.
Right. I'm thinking he's a Houston Rocket now, so I was going to H-Town. But yeah, Lakers, you can go either way with this. I mean, I'm trying not to upset LA because I feel like they get upset with us when we tell the truth, which is the Lakers are in trouble.
I don't think they get upset with us. I think they're just upset. They've just been upset for the last year and a half, 2 years.
They should be mad at Bus Jr.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the one. May rest in peace, Dr. Bus. Had everything under control, and he passes away, and it just looks like the Lakers are tanking. Right
but is it because he's just making bad decisions, or is it just he just doesn't have the pull that his dad did?
Well, let's
he's not a boss yet.
Let's get into it. I mean, the word came out that Dwight Howard basically walked away from the Lakers because he wanted Kobe amnesty. That's what I'm hearing, and I believe it.
Yeah,
he wanted to know. He wanted a definite timeline to when the team would be his.
Yes,
and the Lakers and the Laker brass, the Laker executives weren't willing to give him that.
Well, and I mean, come on now, Dwight will sell some tickets, but Kobe Bryant is still
he's the man of LA.
He's gonna sell he's gonna be the draw.
I agree, but as we speak right now, Kobe has an Achilles injury.
I understand,
and we don't know when he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna make $30 million next year. And after that, he's going to be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound like a future to me.
Well, actually, if you really think about it, this is the same argument that they made about Shaq, right?
Right.
We got to be proactive and ahead of the curve as far as ushering in this new era, right? We went from the Shaq era to the Kobe era. Mm-hmm. It looks like the Kobe era is done. But why aren't the Lakers pulling the trigger like they did on Shaq?
That's the question.
Right.
And Kobe walks into the meeting and he tells Dwight Howard, "Hey, look, let me show you how to win." Me personally, I would have told Kobe stay home. Like, don't come to the meeting, Kobe. Like, we'll take care of this, because I just feel like Kobe has a strong personality and he's gonna say what he feel, and he obviously did. And he told Dwight, like, look, you don't know how to do this. I do. I got 5 of these things. All my fingers are covered with shining, bling bling.
Right.
So,
which goes back,
Dwight Howard's sensitive too.
Right. Which goes back to one of the last shows we had when we had Julian Payne, master stylist,
right,
who talked about the mind of Kobe, the personality that people don't really get to see. They see him smiling, hanging out with the kids, and McDonald's commercials and all that stuff, right? But what I was going to say is, this would have been a great opportunity for Kobe to say, you know what? Yeah, Dwight, I'm going to show you how to win, but I'm going to allow you to shine.
Exactly.
I'm going to play supporting cast and kind of usher in this new era that we're talking about.
Yeah, something tells me Kobe didn't quite word it that way.
Something tells me that Kobe didn't think that it was his time to go.
Right. I mean, am I wrong for saying that, look, these are the facts. Kobe, is he responsible for 2 of the best big men in our generation leaving L.A. with Shaq and Howard, or is that going too far?
No, I think that's right on target.
Kobe had a point with Shaq, though. Shaq did need to get in better shape.
Yeah, even Shaq would admit that.
Yeah, Shaq would admit that. So he had a point there, but still, the way it went down is kind of like, you know.
Yeah.
If you want to place the blame, who do you place it on?
And they were still winning championships, even with an out-of-shape Shaq.
Yeah, they had just lost to Detroit in the finals, but it wasn't like they couldn't get back there next year.
It wasn't like they couldn't have won it, you know what I mean? Like, they still could have won that year. But anyways.
Well, now he's in H-Town with the beard.
The beard.
James Harden.
Yeah.
And they are going to have a very, very formidable team. I like the way they're constructed. They're not really that great defensively.
But Sheik,
I don't know what they're going to do with him.
He doesn't want to be there, apparently.
Nah, obviously, would you? I mean, who wants to come off the bench? He's pretty good too. I like that.
He's good, right?
Yeah. But that pick and roll with Harden and Howard might get ugly for all the other teams.
Well, I think a smart defensive team will be able to handle it because you still have a pretty one-dimensional Dwight Howard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So you learn how to play it.
Right.
If he actually could set a pick, roll off the pick, and hit a jump shot, that would be dangerous.
Well, he's not doing that.
That's
he's going to be rolling to the front of the rim, and I think
they know that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're going to have a backside helper. You know what I mean? And is Dwight going to get the ball and dish it? He's going to be that kind of post player.
You can't help on Houston. You got shooters all over the place. You got Chandler Parsons. I love Chandler Parsons.
That's true.
I love Chandler Parsons. He's a great player.
I just imagine a smart team like the Spurs being able to figure it out and figure out a rotation to stop it because they're not perfect. Yes, they are good, but they're not perfect.
I agree. I mean, it'll be interesting to see how Houston does it and how much they improve.
Right.
Should we be homers now? Is it that time? Because we can talk about another team who made another big splash in free agency.
Well, before we jumped over to them, I was going to say I think Mike D'Antoni has something to do with Dwight Howard.
Yeah, he's
too.
Yeah, D'Antoni is.
And let's not just throw it all on Kobe.
That's what I'm saying. Mitch Kupchak was clearly told by Howard, "Hey, look, we need to go a different direction with the coaching." And I always laugh at organizations that choose the coaches over the players because in basketball, that's just not realistic.
Right.
I mean, that's not smart.
Yeah.
I mean, you got 5 players on the court. If their team has 5 better players than yours, they're probably going to win.
Right.
So
right.
I hated it. I'm a Warriors fan, and when they did that for Don Nelson over Chris Webber, it almost made me terminate my fanhood. But I stayed with it, and now it is paying off.
Right.
Because let me not say we on the radio.
Young Money Warriors. No, you can say we.
Okay, I will.
The whole city stand up. I know we in L.A., but we always in the Bay.
All right. They know by now anyway.
Yes.
So the Young Money Warriors have just signed Iguodala, who is one of my favorite players in the NBA.
Andre.
I mean, you're talking about 12, 11, and 11. That's what he does. He does it all.
Yeah. And he's exciting to watch, too.
Very much so. Great defensive player. I think the Warriors are going to be one of the better defensive players teams in the NBA next year. They just signed Jermaine O'Neal, which was very quietly a big free agent.
I like that pickup.
A veteran. He's going to play defense and block shots.
Mm-hmm. And he's a body.
And he's a big body.
Yeah.
So the Warriors, shout out to the logo over there, Jerry West.
The logo.
Yeah, that's what I call him, Mr. Cool, man. Mr. Clutch. And he's coming up in the clutch for the Warriors right now.
Yeah.
Single-handedly, he's turning that organization around.
Yeah. Yeah. Do they, just kind of like what we were talking about earlier, do they have enough, though, to be a championship contender?
Contender? I think so. In the West, I mean, are you
all
telling
you
me
need to be is a contender?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially with shooters like that.
Exactly. I mean, realistically, can you really say that they can't come out the West? Why not?
Why not?
I mean, they're bringing Harrison Barnes off the bench now, and we just saw what he did in the playoffs. They're deep.
We might need to do a segment on that later on, like Harrison. Okay, yeah, we got Andre Iguodala. You're good, and you're developing nicely, but now you're going to go back to the bench.
He has 3 years to develop under Iguodala. Iguodala will be kind of on the way down by then. I think it's a great situation. Still got Klay Thompson.
It's going to take a humble kid, though.
He is a humble kid, and I think that's why they pulled the trigger. Yeah. I think they've already spoken to him. He's okay with it. He has a good head on his shoulders. He understands how this thing works.
It's a lot more than just bouncing the ball and shooting. It's psychology.
Definitely.
The Warriors are doing a good job of managing that.
Let's go over to we talked about Young Money. Let's go to Old Money. KG and Paul Pierce headed to Brooklyn.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. ODB reference?
Yeah, ODB reference. Yeah, I can pull it. You didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, ODB.
Never thought we'd do an ODB reference, but cool.
Hey, expect the unexpected on Locker Room Live. Anyway, the Nets, man. I mean, KG's my favorite player in the NBA. Let me just state that. He always has been since Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm. So I'm happy to see him go to a contender. I love Paul Pierce. And those are those are blue-collar players right there. So they're going to bring it. Even though they're getting a bit old, they're going to bring it.
They're definitely going to bring it. I don't know if I've ever seen a complete overhaul of a franchise like this.
Man, this Russian guy, man, what is going on?
I mean, they went from being middle of the pack in the East to being maybe the number 2 team.
And Russian money. What's his name? Prokolov?
I called him Drago.
Drago,
Rocky.
Drago the billionaire. Man, this guy's he's worth 15 billion B's. That's B, not the M's. Billies. And he's showing it. He's showing his money right now.
Yeah.
They're going to pay $75 million in the luxury tax. And I don't think he's even lost any sleep. He was like, what?
It's nothing.
He's like, what? 75? What?
I hang out with Jay-Z.
Jay-Z hangs out with him, buddy. We got a call. We'll get to a caller in a second. But let me just say, he just signed AK-47, which is Andrei Kirilenko, who's also Russian, and it's getting a lot of backlash.
Why is that?
Because the NBA executives are saying there's some kind of collusion going on. There's something shady or fishy going on because Andrei Kirilenko is taking $7 million less.
That is a bit odd.
He was going to get $10 million
in a recession.
Yeah, he opted out of his contract in Minnesota where he would have been paid $10 million, and he's going to take $3 million for the Nets. The owner is Russian. AK-47 is Russian.
Very Russian.
Very Russian. So something looks a little bit awkward. Do we have a caller?
Maybe he's expecting a paper bag back in the homeland in the offseason with that other $7 million.
And nothing like that under the table money, that non-tax money.
Right.
You know how the Russians do it. I mean, not some Russians. I mean, not be stereotypical.
Yes. Caller. Welcome to the Locker Room Live.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
How are you, boss? What's your name? Where you from?
We're doing all right, man. It's AT calling from Chi-Town, baby.
Chi-Town.
Once again, is that West? We won't call you West Side.
What up, baby? That's all. We'll take that.
We appreciate you calling, man.
You're not drinking tonight, are you?
Yeah.
No, I'm telling.
Okay, good.
We're about to get the night started, man. But I had to call in first.
All right. Last time we talked to you,
check in with my guys, see what's going on.
Last time we talked to you, had one hand on the wheel and and the other one on the Bible. That's dangerous. We care about you here.
Yeah, I guess so.
So what's on your mind, caller?
I'm in close quarters tonight. You know what I mean? We chilling tonight.
What's on your mind?
Look, I need to figure out what's going on. How you guys feel about this, my Bulls right now and our agency right now, the free agents. We looking terrible, actually. But, I'm interested to figure out how you guys feel and, what you think we can do.
I don't know what to think. Have you guys done anything? You haven't signed anyone.
Yeah, I know. We got no restricted agents. You know what I mean? We got Daquan Cook, Vladimir, Radmanovich, and Nate Robinson is our unrestricted agent.
Yeah, Nate's gone. You guys haven't done anything in free agency, but I will say this. I think the Chicago Bulls have a chance to be one of the best defensive teams ever next year.
Mm-hmm. You think so?
I do, because you got Derrick Rose coming back. He's not going to really affect the game defensively, but that's good because he can score. But then you go with the young guy Butler, who's an elite defensive player. You come back, you get Luol Deng healthy. He's elite defensively. Then you go, if you move Taj Gibson into the starting lineup and take Boozer out, who is awful defensively, and Taj is great defensively, you have him at the power forward, and then you got Hakeem Noah, And, you look at, that's 4 elite defenders on one team.
Did you call him Hakeem?
Hakeem, whatever, man. Dude with the long hair, man.
He is not Muslim.
Whatever, dude with the long hair.
Right. Joe Blow.
Right, Joe.
Yeah.
Look like a rock star.
I agree with you on that one, though. We definitely got a chance to step it up on our defense, but, we looking – I'm disappointed right now. L.A. is looking so stacked.
Yeah. Who did you want? Who did you want to go after in free agency?
Man, I'm torn right now. We got to get Boozer up out of there. You know what I mean? We need that power forward position. You know what I mean?
That contract, man. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. We stuck with this punk. Look, we need to go ahead and just take that loss.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and cut them, man, and just start. We need at least another 2-3 years before we really make some noise. But I don't know what to do. Actually, I'm stuck.
Something I would think about doing is going after Dirk Nowitzki. I would try to put something together for Dirk. I think he'll be good for you guys.
I don't think we can afford him.
Yeah, right now. That's why you got to move some things around.
Something I think you should possibly consider is pulling out the old tapes of Michael Jordan Come Fly With Me and just relive the glory years.
Wow.
Yeah, them days was done, man. We looking at 93,
88,
like 2013. Now we 20. They just had the 20-year anniversary.
Oh man, hey, just be happy you had that, man.
Right.
Us Warrior fans, we haven't even had anything close to that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you guys are looking. We got nothing this year.
Yeah. Well, we gonna hope the best for the Chicago Bulls, man. Thanks for calling in. Be safe tonight, Chi-Town. Take care of yourself, man.
Hey, no problem, man. I appreciate it, guys. I always love hollering at you guys. You know what I mean? So I appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
You guys later on.
All right, Chi-Town. We got another caller?
Peace.
We got one more caller, man.
Caller.
Phone's off the line today, huh?
Caller, you in the locker room.
Yeah, gentlemen, Smitty Clutch, JR, this is JB calling out the Bay.
JB. All right,
What's going
man.
on, gentlemen?
How are you?
I'm doing well. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Definitely. Thanks for calling in,
All
man.
right,
What's
all right. So I called to talk about my team, the Los Angeles Lakers. It's certainly tough times for us right now, but I do have 2 words in regards to Dwight Howard.
I almost threw up, JB, when you said your team.
Yes. Good riddance to Dwight Howard. I'm sorry. I mean, I can't deny the dude does have talent.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably the most talented young center in the league. Not so young anymore, but he's still a top flight center. But what I'll say about him is you don't want to do like that as the face of your franchise moving forward. I mean, look at the trail that dude's left. I mean, Look at Orlando. Look when he came to the Lakers. Look what he had to say about his teammates in Orlando. I mean, it's a dude who lacks class, a dude who lacks integrity. And I'm sorry, and I know next year is going to be tough, but at the same time, I'm not so sad to see him go. What do you guys got to think about that?
So you're calling Dwight Howard the team wreckers. That's what you're saying?
He is. I mean, we want to call Kobe, and I'll take a step back. I heard you guys talk about Kobe as being the guys who had 2 of the premier centers leave the Lakers, which is true, but he also has 5 chips.
That's true.
You know
that is very true.
You always got to go back to that. And what he's done for that franchise, I'm sorry. If the Lakers were to get rid of Kobe based on this young crybaby who hasn't accomplished barely anything in this league,
L.A. might riot.
That would have been a flaw to the organization. That would have been a flaw to the franchise. That franchise is better than that. They're better than Dwight Howard. You know, good luck to him in Houston, but they're going to have to deal with him now.
It's hard for me to disagree with you. I mean, I'm a Warriors fan, and they were talking about going to get him, and I just wasn't really excited about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think he's not a locker room presence that you really need.
Yeah. Let me chime in here, though. Kind of like what we were talking about, Shaq's exodus. You know, as a GM, as an owner, you're thinking, how do I set my franchise up 2-3 years down the road? So when you're looking at Kobe, an aging Kobe who's got bad knees, he's going overseas to get his knees worked on.
It worked, though.
Right? It did work.
It worked. Kobe had a good year,
like
man.
a young Kobe last year.
He looked
Right.
really good this year.
But you know that window is closing.
Yeah.
So that next big pickup that you make has got to be the pickup of the future. And
Right.
honestly,
Is that
you know,
Dwight
to
Howard?
steal a line from, you know, one of our favorite coaches, he is who we thought he was. You know
He
what
is
I mean?
who we thought they were.
Dwight Howard has never changed his stripes. He's always been a little bit immature, not really a loyal guy. So I'm not upset at Dwight as much as I am at the front office.
Yeah. And let's take it a step further. Let's talk about basketball. Has he really improved?
No.
That's the question.
I don't think
I'm sorry.
so.
The game has changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
From the times that we've seen dominant centers, I mean, the talent level certainly hasn't been there in the last, 6-7 years in regards to the center, but
Right.
the game has changed. It's a shooter's game. It's a scorer's game. It's a fast-paced game.
Fast-paced, yeah. Early offense.
Dwight conformed to that fast-paced game. I mean, he got there with Orlando certainly a couple years back, but I mean, as you said, he hasn't progressed since then.
Right. And I think a problem with Dwight Howard is that he wants the ball in the post. He doesn't understand his own game. And he doesn't scare anyone out the post, I believe. I think he is a pick and roll center. He's a pick and roll center, and he gets away. He causes problems and draws fouls by using his quickness and explosiveness, not by backing you down and doing a post move like, you know, the great Shaquille O'Neal. So he needs to get
or
that
a
through
hook
his
shot like Kareem.
And I'm sorry, guys, we can't compare that guy to Shaq. I
No,
mean,
that's disrespectful. No.
I'm a big time Kobe advocate, and I've had my moments in regards to Shaq and his tenure in LA, but let's not do that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
He's nowhere near on the level of Shaquille O'Neal. The only level he's near Shaq is in free throw shooting. And he can be neutralized. He killed us in so many games because he couldn't hit the side of the backboard at the free throw line. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't play him in the fourth.
Just as big of a liability in some ways as he was an asset.
Well, we know how JB feels about Howard.
I like JB. JB, we might have to have you on as a guest one of these days.
Hey, let's
I'm
get
not
you.
the only one. I'm not the only
Hey,
one.
let's get you calling in more often, man.
No, I'm just saying, and even to Warriors fans, I talked to a bunch of Warriors fans again from the Bay, and folks were excited about the prospect and getting a Howard, but when he went to Houston, they weren't upset about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I mean,
no sleep was lost.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Should have been.
Well,
I haven't lost sleep since he left, honestly.
well, I'm curious to see where the Lakers go from here. I think you guys should just take this L this season and
next season.
Honestly, I would tank the season and go after Andrew Wiggins, the kid from Connecticut, or actually Randall, who I actually like a little bit more than him. Try to get one of those top 5 draft picks and clear the books and go get you a young star in 2014.
I'll say this: if Kobe can get healthy, which is probably low probability at this point. Mm-hmm. We got Chris Kaman, who recently signed. We got Pau Gasol coming back. I'm just saying, the West isn't that deep anymore as to where if we put a couple more pieces around them, we still can't be a factor.
Are you talking about this year,
I don't
JB?
know.
No, you lost me on that one.
You kind of lost us on that one, man. I was the biggest JB fan. But.
Yeah, until that one. But you guys are going to be pretty bad next year.
I was going to say San Antonio, Oklahoma, Golden State,
buddy.
Houston. I mean,
hey, I think the Laker fanism just came out of you right there, JB.
Yeah, he just lost his mind again. Went back to Lakerland.
He was sane until that last sentence. But thanks for the call in anyway, JP. We respect it.
All we know how to do is win.
Hey, I respect that. And you forgot this year.
You're right.
Hey, call in again, man. It was good having you. Thanks, JB.
Yeah. All right, man. All right. Y'all take care.
All right.
All right.
That was 2 good calls, man. Let's get right back into free agency. Speaking of the Lakers, one of their old centers, Andrew Bynum.
The hair.
Yeah, the hair. Man, that guy looked like Freddie. I wish we had a picture of that. Frederick Douglass. What was that, a matted hairstyle?
It's a conch process.
I wouldn't sign a guy just because he did that.
Yeah, he's like offending the world with his hairstyle.
If I'm an NBA owner and I have to spend millions of dollars on an investment, a player, and I look to the sideline and I see one of my players with a matted down
Chicken George
Frederick Douglass hairstyle, I'm going to ask myself, what is wrong with this guy?
Right. It's not like he can't afford a good haircut.
Yeah, he's not mentally stable.
Julian Payne, let's just send him that way.
Man, I don't think Julian want to touch that nest. Man, who knows what come out of that thing. And, forget basketball, man. But anyway, this guy has 2 bad knees. He told teams, I'm not working out for you. Yeah. And still got a contract. That's amazing. That's what 7 foot gets you. That's like you going to your job interview and say, "No, I'm not going to tell you about what I did at my last job. I want the job though."
Holla at me. I know, and I look crazy too.
Right. So tell me what you do well. I'm not going to tell you.
Right.
You just got to figure it out.
I'm not going to show you any of my past.
I'm not going to show you how.
Trust me.
Just trust me on this. That's basically what Bounty.
By the way, I'm on the way to knee surgery. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. But he got a contract from Cleveland. Now Cleveland was smart about it. They only guaranteed $6 million. It's a 2-year, $24 million contract, right? I think. Yeah. Yeah. So, but only $6 million is guaranteed. Yeah. And it's heavy incentives involved in the contract. So we'll see how that pans out. If it works, it'd be great.
I think they're just trying to buy some time, because I think this is another situation like Dwight Howard, where Bynum is not going to lead you into the future character-wise or basketball-wise.
Nah, not at all.
So.
I think they're just trying to keep Kyrie happy.
Exactly.
They're trying to keep him from going to L.A.
Exactly.
If I was the Lakers, that's who I'd be. I have my eyes on.
Cleveland is starting to put some pieces together.
Yeah, they got some young talent.
You don't want to lose that.
Yeah. One more thing. Josh Smith went to Detroit. Anything to say about that?
Other than the fact that I don't know what Detroit was thinking.
Yeah, they got a lot of big guys over there. I don't know how they're going to work that out.
They got a lot of needs, and they spent a lot of money on Josh.
Yeah, a lot. I like Josh, but the shots he takes would he would give me like a heart problem.
He's okay.
But
I like Josh Smith too, but he is not that guy.
Yeah, his shot selection is outrageous.
Yeah.
It's just out.
He will shoot you out of a game.
He will shoot you out of a game. Like, you're just done.
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah. Oh, one more thing. Lakers, they did sign Nick Young, who's actually from L.A.
Right.
How lucky is that guy?
That's going to be a lot of fun for him.
I'm predicting him and Kobe break out into an all-out brawl on the court for shots.
Oh, yeah.
Just fisticuffs right there, right at half court. Like, I'm shooting.
You cross half court and the shot's going up.
Man, can you imagine? Nick Young loves to shoot.
Absolutely.
And there's one ball, and you're not going to shoot before Kobe Bean.
No.
That's just period.
It's going to be interesting to watch.
He's actually like Kobe without, like, the Kobe.
I'm about to say, I
skills.
I actually would appreciate hanging out with Nick Young, though. He seems a lot cooler.
I don't know. I don't know the guy personally, but anyway, yeah.
I'm an SC guy, so
Oh, that's what that was about. I was wondering, like, where is John going?
And me and Nate, we kick it.
Oh,
Yeah,
SC. And we'll get to that later because you guys stink too. Let's get into the NBA Summer League, man. I know some of our audience is like, what? You're gonna talk about NBA Summer League? Yes, we are.
Hey,
because we love the game that much.
You're in the locker room.
You're in the locker room. Right. We go all the way into it.
This isn't that surface level, ESPN stuff. I'm going in on ESPN again, right?
Yeah. There's a guy I love, man, Oladipo.
Yeah.
From Indiana, man. I've been watching some Summer League, and he looks like he has NBA ready game.
Yeah, I mean, everybody thinks he's ready. So.
Yeah, it looks like it to me. He's really good off the ball screen, and his jumper's better than I thought, and he's already elite defensively.
Okay, Coach. So where's his weak spot? If you do a scouting report on him, because everybody's talking about how great this guy is, how much upside he has.
I think he's a little bit right hand dominant. He needs to work on his left.
Okay.
Because I noticed that he loves to go right a lot. And I think in the NBA, when you get the scouting reports going and these great coaches and these great guards and these great players, they're gonna notice that. So, but I don't think he'll be running a point for Orlando, but still, you need to work on that left hand.
Definitely.
But he looks like a hard worker. I think he'll figure it out.
Definitely.
Also, MCW, who is what's his name? Marcus something Carter Williams, the guy from Syracuse, tall guard.
Yeah.
Not impressed with him. I think he's going to be a bust.
And what are you basing that on? I mean, the dude ain't even played a game yet.
No, he's playing summer league.
I mean, I'm talking about a game.
I'm looking at it. If you're struggling in summer league against some college guys or some guys that's going to be overseas, and what's ready when you play with the big boys.
Okay.
And I'm just seeing, I don't see the handle. I think he struggles to handle the ball, and they're going to get in his chest and pressure him and maybe cause him to, turn the ball. He's turning the ball over a lot in summer league.
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not good.
You're right.
But one guy we do love is Drummond. Who has in my opinion, has no business being in summer league. He's just dominating. I mean, he's had games of 15 and 14 in 24 minutes, and then 23 and 18. Like, get this guy out of summer league.
Yeah, he doesn't need to be in summer league.
What is he doing? That's just unfair.
Yeah, and we were talking about him recently too. Just he's an athlete,
right? He's an athlete. Matter of fact, let's show that, man, because he did your boy CB real bad.
Right. So if you didn't see it. I don't know what
CB
this was.
being Chris Brown, the R&B singer.
At the Boys and Girls Club or something. I don't know where they were at.
Chris Brown was way out his element. Let's show that.
Defense. Defense.
That is ridiculous.
Is that a spoof? Like, was Chris Brown serious?
I don't think it matters. You ain't just gonna put all that all on my neck like that.
Man,
my head.
Listen, that is bad. I'm wondering, like, did Chris Brown really think he was going to affect that dunk?
I don't think he did, but it's still not a good look.
Yeah, this is not the moonwalk. This is the NBA.
You are not dancing, right?
You are not dancing, buddy.
You're out of your element.
That guy's above the rim.
I think we got a caller.
We got a caller.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hey, this is Lucky Lou from Louisiana. How you doing?
Lucky Lou from Louisiana. How you doing, boss?
I'm doing good. Listen, I was in L.A. a couple of weeks ago, and I saw Rondo at Roscoe. Is he going to the Lakers?
Wait, first of all, say his first name.
Who is Rashawn?
Who is Rashawn Rondo? Is that Rajon Rondo, bro?
Celtics,
Rashawn, or is that his little brother?
I don't know, but I'm trying to find out where he going.
I don't think he's coming to the Lakers. I haven't heard that. From what I heard, he's still with the Celtics.
Well, he's eating a lot of chicken. I thought he was going to get used to Los Angeles. I was like, Rondo, I called his name out. His finger was so greasy. How could he can't even handle the ball no more? Hello?
Hey, hello. We here, man. I'm sorry. You just got my stomach hurting. First of all,
you just saw when he was eating that waffle.
the waffle?
I was like, pass it to your friend. Pass the waffle.
Well, you know, Rondo is a good player. I mean, do you like Rondo? How do you feel about Rondo?
I can't stand Rondo.
Why is that?
Every time I look around, he kicking my Knicks' ass. I'm so glad he got hurt. I don't mean nothing bad on him, brother, but I was so glad he didn't have to play against the Knicks.
So you're a Knicks fan in Louisiana.
How did that work? How did that happen?
I get around. You hear the rap record? Oh, man.
Nah, we hear you. Hey, look, Rajon Rondo, you know, they rebuilding out there with the Celtics. So
but they got a whole lot of rebuilding. They gonna start with some mud, because them bricks ain't gonna do nothing. It ain't gonna be nothing but some bricks.
Well, Rajon is known for some bricks, or Rajon, or whatever.
He will give you some bricks.
He'll give you some bricks. He'll build a house for you.
Well, I just want to call, say I like your show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all looking good on the screen here. So I just want to let y'all know. I was just hollering at y'all because, you know, I wanted to see. I didn't know if anybody was going to show up today in this time slot. I'm so glad to see you guys back.
And we appreciate you, man.
Back on the map.
Well, look here, Louisiana, man. When you in L.A., you make sure you holler at us. Come in the studio. And bring the Roscoes, too.
Right.
I'm going to do that. Y'all need to send some of them players down here to the Hornets.
To the Pelicans.
To the Hornets. Hey, I like the Pelicans. I like what they're doing. They got Drew Holiday, man.
All right. Well, we'll see. All right, y'all.
All right, take care.
Go get some gumbo.
All right. That man said,
Lucky Lou.
What was the first name? Rashawn. From now on, he's Rajon Rondo.
Man,
that was a funny caller right there. So yeah, one last thing with Summer League. I want to talk about the young point guard out of Michigan, the Player of the Year, Burke.
Okay.
I called it out the draft. I hate to say this about players. It's just my opinion, but you know, I just think he's going to be not a bust. I just don't think he's going to be a starting point guard.
Okay.
That's just my opinion. I just think he's not quick enough.
Based on what?
Just from watching his game,
quickness.
Quickness, man. I just think you got to be really quick in the NBA and explosive when you're small. And he's like 6'1".
That is true. That's true. He's no Nate Robinson.
Yeah, he's not Nate.
You know. Yeah.
He's not Chris Paul. You look at these guys. These guys are exploding. Rajon Rondo or
Rashawn.
Sorry,
right.
Rajon Rondo,
his brother. I mean, I know there's a lot of time and effort that goes into critiquing these guys, and you know, making your analysis if you're a coach or a scout or Smitty Clutch. But I have a hard time saying, look, this dude is going to be a backup for this entire career. You know what I mean? Like, you got tons of guys that have exceeded their expectations, and you know, they worked hard and they did their thing.
Well, your opinion right now is irrelevant. I think you should just listen to me and my scouting analysis.
You get knocked out.
And I hear what you're saying, and I've heard that a lot. You know, people say you can't judge it off Summer League, but why not? I mean, they're playing basketball. Why can't I look at Summer League and say, hey, I don't know about this guy if he's playing the game of basketball?
You can say that, but you know, when we were talking earlier, you're like, right? This dude is a future backup. Like,
that's what I think.
Some of his career is going to be, you know, not getting out of his warm-ups ever.
Right. Well, I want free Roscoe's if he turns out to be a backup. And I want you to come on the air and say, hey, Smitty, Smitty the Great, you were right.
I ain't gonna do that.
All right, well, there's no deal. Let's go into break, man. This has been good.
Yeah. Locker Room Live.
All right, we'll be back.
Oh man, so
Locker Room Live.
We are live,
and we are going to break.
Roscoe's after the show on you.
No, that's on you, man.
Why you gotta be on me?
It's on Rashawn.
That's funny.
And we're going to break.
Roscoe's after the show.
No, that's on you, man.
Why you gotta be on me?
It's on Rashawn.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the Locker Room.
We are back.
LockerRoomLiveTV.com. Go for the latest news, updates, analysis.
Check us out.
Smitty Clutch's Instagram pictures. All of that.
See all my beauty and this greatness. All right.
Second half. Third quarter.
Let's take it on a serious note. This is kind of crazy and depressing. Aaron Hernandez.
Oh, boy. Depressing.
Yeah. From now on, he's Tony Montana.
Man.
That's what I call him.
I don't even know if you want to call him that.
Yeah.
This dude is just a goon.
Just the goon. Like the real one.
Yeah.
This guy is something else.
I mean, I wonder how much the New England Patriots organization knew that this was a possibility. You know, they know their guys.
I think they thought he was going to get in trouble. I think they figured.
But he's been pretty good up until this point.
Yeah, they just gave him the contract, so I can't even say that. They must have really believed. And from the reports coming out of New England are saying that he was really, really convincing. That he was really a trickster. Yeah, like, he really put on a good face, and, he wrote letters before he was drafted to Kraft saying, give me a chance, and I'm willing to take as many drug tests as you need. I don't think if they did have any inclination that he may get in trouble, I don't think they thought he was going to go around killing people.
Right.
Allegedly. Just make sure we throw that in there.
Well, the latest news is that they did recover some of the surveillance video from his house and saw him come back after the shooting with a gun.
Yeah, I mean, that's about it. Yeah.
I mean, consequence. You can. I mean, what do you got? Coincidental? I don't think that's coincidence.
Say hello to Big Bubba. Cell block 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 next to Big Bubba.
Yeah.
I mean, judging from the way he gets down, he didn't even look nervous in court.
No, he ain't look nervous or scared at one moment this whole time.
And that's a psychopath right there to me. If you ask me, man.
And he's not showing any sign of remorse.
Yeah, because my legs would be wobbly if I was in court and facing murder charges. I'd just break down.
I mean, just on the simple fact that your career is basically over.
Your life is over.
You have a business.
So
I mean, he is in jail for life.
Yeah. Right.
And then, they did I think the warden, not the warden, but whoever helped him or put him into jail said he didn't look nervous at all. Said he was fine.
Yeah, something wrong with that dude.
Something is wrong. I mean, there's so much evidence coming out now. They're saying that the other two guys he was with has come out and said he confessed to the killing.
Yep.
They said he committed another murder and was in 2007.
Yeah.
I mean, what in the world?
I mean, I'm almost surprised he lasted this long.
Oh my gosh! I mean, it's just crazy to me that this guy could be playing on Sundays and then killing people,
making a whole lot of money.
Yeah, and, I mean, but that goes to show you, man. You gotta live right.
Yeah.
So let's get off that topic. That's just depressing.
On a lighter note.
Yeah. Let's get back into some football.
Actually, this is still, I think, kind of depressing. But
what?
Are we talking about Jaws? Ryan
Jaworski, whatever his name is.
Jaworski.
Yeah. I struggle with those European names.
I think that's Polish.
Yes, Polish. Yeah, he's Polish, and he was a great quarterback in his own time. And I actually love his analysis on quarterbacks. Jaws is the man.
Shout out to Jaws.
But he kind of lost me recently with his he does his QB rankings every year, and he watches tape. Mm-hmm. And he watches, film, and this is not just coming out in anywhere like some of the, ESPN cats who,
right?
Like Mark Clayton. I don't know how does he even get allowed to talk about football?
John Clayton,
whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't think he ever picked up a ball one day in his life.
Dude, did you even run a lap in high school? How can you talk to me about football? But that's on a different note. Jaworski.
Okay.
He has
sound it out.
Yeah, sound it out. He has RG3 behind Russell Wilson and Colin Kaepernick as in his top 25 or 15 whatever quarterbacks. He has RG3 13, Wilson 12, and Kaepernick 11.
Now I saw his rankings, but I didn't look as to why he put him behind. Right. Is there a why?
I didn't see. I mean, I think he's just breaking down film and he's just making his decision. I mean, from what he said about Kaepernick was that he said he usually doesn't put quarterbacks or make this evaluation after only 10 games.
Right.
He said, but this guy was so impressive that he had to. And I see the talent. I mean, it's
Absolutely.
obvious. Kaepernick's the man. Let's not get.
And he's only getting better.
Yeah, definitely. I honestly, in my opinion, I do think Russell Wilson is better than RG3. That's just my opinion. I don't think he's as dynamic, but I mean, if you need to win, he just doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah.
But Kaepernick, I think a lot of that had to do with, first of all, he's playing behind the best offensive line in the NFL.
Yeah.
And they're running a very basic offense, the Reid offense. Mm-hmm. And it's off play action, and you have to respect that run with the Niners because they have maulers up front.
Absolutely.
And that makes the game so much easier.
Yep.
We'll really see what Kaepernick's about. Crabtree is out with the Achilles. They only have Anquan Bolden as far as receivers that can make plays. So we'll see. I mean, but one thing is Kaepernick has a gun.
He's got a cannon. I could see if he was like, look, RG3 is not really recovering from his knee injury or something like that. I didn't see that.
Right.
So I agree with you. He kind of lost me on that.
Yeah.
He did also say that Tony Romo is the number 15 quarterback, and I did agree with that.
That's not even the topic right now.
I just wanted to throw that in there.
That's just so irrelevant.
Your boy is terrible.
God, these Cowboy haters are everywhere. But RG3, man, he went to the Redskins. They were awful the year before. And he turns them into a playoff team.
Absolutely.
He's a Pro Bowler.
Fun team to watch.
They do not have a good offensive line. No. And he has a coach that basically would forget during the game that this guy's a quarterback and had him running all over the place like a running back.
Right.
So I just think with everything RG3 dealt with, I don't know if I can throw Kaepernick before him.
Nah, I agree with you. I can't.
But let's give Jaws the benefit of the doubt because, like we said earlier, he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
But I don't agree though. Still,
I agree with you. I don't agree either.
You want to switch?
Yasiel Puig.
Yasiel.
This dude is a beast.
Cubano.
Yes. I mean, this dude has been on a tear for the last. Well, he's only been in the league for a couple months.
He should just walk out onto the batting circle with a Cuban cigar in his mouth.
I mean, might as well. I mean, because he's making it look easy.
Yeah.
I didn't pull up any stats from him today, but I mean, he got snubbed from the All-Star game this year.
You think that was a snub?
And he's got the best number. Absolutely. He's got the best numbers of anybody in baseball offensively. He's solid defensively. He's got a cannon for an arm. He can do everything on the field. This dude is an athlete. I mean, he's almost the perfect player.
So you're our baseball guy. Tell me why you believe Puig. Did I say his name right?
Yes.
Okay.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was good.
Tell me why you believe he should be in the All-Star game after only, a few games?
Well, it's been a few months actually.
Okay.
You're talking about a Dodgers team that's really been struggling for life for a long time.
Right.
This guy comes up from wherever the heck he came up from. Right?
Cuban.
Yes.
He's Cuban, man.
And immediately made an impact and turned the whole franchise around.
And now they're in first place.
And you got people excited about Dodger games, and nobody's been excited about a Dodger game in LA since I don't even remember Fernando Valenzuela.
Right.
You know what
Fernando.
I mean?
Matt Kemp had it turned up a little bit.
No, yeah. I'm exaggerating, but I think this guy is ushering in a new style of baseball player. You got him. You got Yoenis Cespedes up in Oakland as well. You got these. They're basically like LeBrons of baseball.
Yeah, supreme athletes.
And it's like almost like a breed of them. You know what I mean? And so for those guys to not be considered because somebody else has been the perennial, outfielder, third baseman, whatever, it's a snub.
Yeah.
Who deserves to be there?
Is he the best athlete you've seen in baseball since Bo Jackson?
I mean, it's tough to say because it is so early. But if I had to make a declarative statement, I would have to say, yeah.
Wow.
He is.
Man.
You got big guys. You've always had big guys in baseball.
Yeah.
But they could just hit. They couldn't run. You know what I mean? They couldn't move.
Yeah.
Barry was like that before Barry started dealing with injuries. And,
Right.
The steroids started to take over.
Right. But Barry couldn't run like those two guys.
He could earlier on.
Yeah, when he was lighter.
Like right in the middle of his transformation.
Pre-Balco.
And so this dude is actually bigger, stronger, and a better player than Barry was at that time.
And maybe he might not be using the rub-on at the Balco.
I don't know. He might be hanging out with Alex Rodriguez's people down there in Florida.
He may be.
I'm not throwing that out there. I ain't trying to throw hate on my boy Puig. But
I will say this. He is like Bo Jackson with a better eye. Like, he hits better. Like, Bo Jackson was, 260?
He's a better baseball player.
Yeah. Bo Jackson was a 260 hitter, struck out a lot.
Yeah.
This guy's batting 400 something.
Yeah. I mean, and when baseball is a skill game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
It's not just the biggest and the fastest going to be the best at baseball. You got to be a technique guy.
Yeah.
And he's got it, which is why I think he's the best player in baseball right now.
Right. He needs to get better at running the bases. He does some questionable things.
He's young.
Yeah, he's young. He is
like
young.
Extremely young.
Right.
You know what I mean? So give him a chance.
What about that arm, man? Did you see that throw from the tracks?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Dude can do everything on the baseball field.
Why is he not playing center field? Can you tell me that?
No, because that's your boy spot. I mean, he's not going to come in and. That's like saying I'm going to come and play shooting guard for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, no.
Well, he's faster and has a stronger arm.
But
so
still,
why? I mean, I know you want your strong arm in right field, but like, he's fast.
Yeah, come on, man. But you know the politics of this game. Like I
right.
said,
Well,
you ain't gonna go, the Clippers and be like, I want to play point.
Politics is usually wild. I mean, there's politics and there's winning. I'm just saying, the guy's fast and he's not in center field. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
I hear you, but I don't think they necessarily need it. Like that's not the make or break move for the Dodgers.
That's
right
true.
Now. You know what I mean?
Dodgers are actually a pretty athletic team for a baseball team.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are.
Well,
Keep moving.
shout out to Puig.
Yes. All right.
Cool name too. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna get into my favorite part of the show, my favorite segment.
Yes, this is
What we call it?
Where they do that at.
Where they do that at.
And we had a couple of them already, talking about your boy Hernandez and
Aaron Hernandez?
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a where they do that at.
Well, we know where they do
moment.
that at in Iraq and
right.
and some awful Chicago right now.
Exactly.
Oakland, California, South Central. That's where they do that at. That's what they're doing. Hernandez is doing. He's running around like his what's the video game? Grand Theft Auto or something?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
you can't.
Grand Theft Auto Hernandez. Man, what's wrong with that
All right,
guy?
so once again, to remind everybody that hasn't seen this segment, this is when we go in and we talk about the people who've been making some less than good decisions around the
Questionable.
world of sports,
Right, yeah.
where you would ask yourself, where they do that at, right?
Yeah, can we turn that one more time so they hear it? Yeah,
Oh, you know what? That's why. There we go.
Where they do that at?
there it is.
Right,
That's the ratchet girl. There she is. We need to give her a name.
Where they do that at?
I'm gonna bring her into the studio one of these days so you can see that she's not ratchet. She was just having a moment.
Hey, I'm just judging off what I hear.
Okay.
So yeah, let's start it off with our boy. First, congratulations to him, Jason Kidd.
J.
Just
Kidd.
became J. Kidd, legend.
Amazing that he could become coach so quickly.
So quickly. I mean, he's a
Where they do that at?
Yeah.
You become a coach right after you retire.
well, when you're a basketball genius, I mean, he knows the game. But now we gotta kind of make fun of this guy right now.
Right.
He got a technical in summer league
Right. Now let's explain to the world why that's crazy.
because it's summer league.
Okay, but it's a basketball game.
Let's check it out.
All the way to the cup. Nobody stopped.
Hard foul.
And he just ran right into Tourniquet Shangelia, who fouled him.
And so he's coaching this team, right? Trying to get some chemistry with these young guys and see what they can do.
In summer league, and look,
As you hear that whistle in the background, that's Jason
Look,
Kidd getting
look.
technical.
well, look at Drummond laughing.
Called on Jason Kidd. So we just witnessed history. His first tee as a head coach.
Hold on. I did Orlando Summer League last year. I did Las Vegas Summer League. I have never seen a coach get a technical in Summer League. So
That's
Jason is making
we're good.
the
That's
same
like
way.
getting a technical at practice.
Right. Or like flag football or something like.
I wonder what did he say?
I think Jason Kidd wanted to establish that, look, I'm here to stay and I'm going to get technicals.
Where they do that at?
I mean, who?
Yeah, J. Kidd, we love you, man, but relax.
It's not that serious, bro.
We know what you're trying to do. We know you're trying to change the culture out there in not New Jersey, Brooklyn. But the technical and summer league
In
dude,
practice.
Like, come on, where they
Practice?
do that at? Like
We're talking about practice.
We're talking about practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that was outrageous to me.
Yeah.
But Jason Kidd, whatever. This story is hilarious to me. I mean, what is going on in Denver?
They're not who we thought they were.
Yeah, and you got that elevation out there, so you get drunk easily.
Right.
So apparently we got two executives that have gotten DUIs in like less than a week. Do we have their names?
I didn't pull them up.
I didn't either. But
Maybe I could pull it up real quick.
yeah, may they remain nameless. But anyway, these two Bronco execs have gotten DUIs, two of them, front office guys.
And the funny thing is, the first one, they tried to keep that one under wraps. Like no one was going to say anything.
He like ran into a car. I think he ran into a
He
police
ran into
car.
the back of a police SUV, a big one. It's not like he didn't see it.
My God.
So how drunk did he have to be,
Right.
in order to?
If you're a Broncos
Not
player,
see.
like, and you come in training camp and you're listening to coaches saying, "Hey, don't get in trouble." You're looking around like, dude, our execs are getting DUIs and running in the back of police cars.
How are we gonna tell our players not to get DUIs?
Exactly. I mean, I know John Elway is like, "Are you guys serious right now?" Man.
John Elway, you need to get yourself a
Yeah, we got JR looking for these guys' names.
It's the designated driver program for the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, these guys are just drunkies out there. I mean, in less than a week. I mean, there's something going on in Denver. Either they have late night parties when all the players leave, or they are just drunks.
Yeah. Tom Heckert.
Yeah, Tom Heckert.
He's one of them. Mm-hmm. And Matt Russell.
Heckert and Russell, put the bottle down.
Yes. And stop going to the club with the players.
Exactly.
Obviously, you can't hold your liquor.
Yeah, they can't take you serious if you go to the strip club with the player and you drink with them. Like, you can't, that doesn't work out.
Where they do that at?
Oh, my God.
All right.
So now let's get into Lamar.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Kardashian himself.
When did this happen?
I'm sorry, that was disrespectful.
Not really.
Apparently,
not really.
Lamar has lost it. He just had enough of paparazzi. Can we just show this guy? Lamar has had enough of paparazzi. Yeah. I mean, he apparently, I guess they were bothering him, and he just went crazy. This is a funny video. I mean, I think Lamar is frustrated right now.
I think he's very frustrated.
Yeah. Let's watch it.
Okay, so what's happening here?
Is that a Camry? He's really
No. Okay, so I can explain because I actually researched what the heck was going on.
Okay.
All right. So you got Lamar Odom, and he gets approached by some paparazzi, right? And they start asking him questions about him cheating on Khloe.
Oh.
He didn't take too kindly to that.
That's what it was.
And so he says, hey, let me get out the car and let's talk about this. Apparently, he had a rough week with the paparazzi.
Yeah.
And proceeded to head over to, I guess the paparazzi guy told him what car he was driving in the neighborhood. He walks over to his car and starts pulling out his camera and all of his photo gear, thousands of dollars of equipment, I'm sure. Cameras and lenses are not cheap, and just throws them on the ground.
Lamar. I was wondering. I was like, Lamar in a Camry? I was like, oh, okay.
No. That was the photographer's Toyota
I got
Yaris or whatever.
Got it now. Wow.
Prius. Yes.
He's not done.
No, so he throws all the gear, and mind you, there's one of those Hollywood tour buses, so he's got plenty of witnesses watching this. He doesn't care.
They're like, I love L.A.
He doesn't care. They're like, oh, that's Chloe's husband.
Right. They love it right now. They're like, I'm moving here. It's a movie.
So not only does he throw all the equipment in the street, then he does a nice thing to pick it up, put it back in the suitcase, and then he takes it and puts it in his own car.
Wow.
And takes it home. I guess he's putting the photography on timeout.
So he stole the equipment?
Pretty much. At least for a few minutes.
So can they not sue him or he doesn't care?
He doesn't care.
My God.
He eventually gave it back, but he just threw it on the street and drove off.
All right. Yeah.
He's got some feelings towards the paparazzi.
All right. So let's end the show on that note.
Where they do that at?
That's crazy.
I don't know where they do that at.
It's been fun. And please meet us back here next Friday, 8 p.m. We will be doing it again. Coming to the locker room. We love having you.
8 p.m. Pacific.
Smitty Clutch.
JR.
And this is Locker Room Live. Boom.
Thanks for rolling with us. LockerRoomLiveTV.com.
Let's Drake it. We started from the bottom, and we're slowly moving our way on up.
I think we still kind of at the bottom.
Nah, we moving on up.
Wow. Singing and everything. That's feedback.